Dear graduates, my fellow Asian American students, family and friends, to the members of faculty, the dean, to the 2014 graduating class of UC-Irvine, thank you for giving me this rare opportunity to speak with you today. My name is Kosal Khiev, and let me give you a brief history into my timeline and what relevance it may hold for you. Born in a refugee camp in 1980 along the Thai border, me and my family became refugees in the United States at the age of 1. I wonder, how many of you know a family or friends that are refugees or are immigrants that are Asian American? How many can you remember what was it like growing up? At the age of 14, I joined one of the first Cambodian gangs that were to be established after resettlement. And at the age of 16, I was fighting 125 years to life for a gang-related attempted murder charge. For that, I'm truly sorry for the victims and the victims' families. I can never repay that. So at the age of 18, can you remember when you graduated 18? Graduating high school and that sigh of relief, coming with the world at your feet with new possibilities, and for me it was different. I went into juvenile hall, and actually 18 I graduated to state prison. And on my 18th birthday I was shipped off, transported, chained, shackled to over 9 different prisons. At the age of 20, I was sent to in solitary confinement, the Hole, for a year and a half. And 8 months into it, I felt like I was going crazy, losing my. I woke up from a walked to the stainless steel toilet, looked into this scratched out, graffitied out mirror, and I saw my broken selves. And questions started to arise. Is this it? Am I going to die? Are they going to win? Am I going to amount to nothing? And there alone, I sought to answer those questions. I started to read and write, writing out feverish thoughts, reading from everything to Rumi, to Rilke, Mary Oliver, Mark Twain, through Etcher's Night, Mr. K, Love of My Life, to Naomi, Shihab, Nye. Until you know what kindness really is, you must lose things. Feel the future dissolve in a moment like salt in a weakened broth. And as I read her words for the first time, I felt myself dissolving, losing everything that was taught and learned. And I found myself transformed anew, gaining everything that I've lost. With a newfound appreciation for life, I sought to change the course of my history, of my life. And from there, I went on creating writing groups, creative writing workshops, the Prison Peace Project, within the prison systems in order to break racial color lines, boundaries, seeking to unify us as a people. So I made my way home. June 20th, 2010, after 14 years in the California penal system, I thought I had survived. I thought, I'm home, finally. But that was not to be the case. Because from what I thought, I was a Cambodian American. But that was not so, because I was a refugee. A refugee that was stripped of his rights and became a criminal alien. So for the next year, whereas I was to be paroled home, I was held in a detention center, awaiting for my deportation to a country I know nothing of. Cambodia, Phnom Penh. I stand before you now, speaking. Left here with nothing but the clothes on my back, with no ID, no money, no passport. Even after I paid my debt to society, I was yet punished again. But here I am. I stand before you not to tell you of what has happened to me. I stand before you to tell you to be a testament, living proof that no matter what life throws at you, you can overcome. You can strive to be better and become better. I knew not what the words refugee or immigrant meant. See, my story started out as a 1-year-old kid to a 31-year-old man who knew nothing of anything else other than California and its streets. So refugee and immigrant, their concepts and meaning were lost to me. But as I say those words now, refugee, immigrant, Asian American, they hold more than just meaning. They hold stories of our mothers and fathers and their mothers and fathers before them. Stories of war, of love, of heartbreak, of separation, relocation, and the resilience to overcome impossible odds. So as you step into the world today, as you step into it bravely, not without fear, but with courage, compassion, and empathy, ask yourselves who we are, where we come from, and where do we still have to go in order to break the cycle of ignorance, poverty, and violence within our communities. See, since my newfound freedom, here in Cambodia, the joy, the love, even the scary parts, not knowing what's gonna happen next, not knowing where my life is gonna go, I do know one thing, that it's gonna be an amazing journey, because since my freedom, I've become a world-renowned poet, representing Cambodia in the 2012 Cultural Olympiad, performing on stages in London, Paris, South Bank, Malaysia, Singapore, Berlin. If you take anything from this speech, please take this with you. That no matter what happens in your life, no matter how many times you get beaten up, broken down, bruised up, on the verge of dying, as long as you hold breath, as long as you have hope, hope that tomorrow will come another bright day, tomorrow flowers will bloom. Please take that. You can overcome anything and be anyone that you wish to be. I would like to ask a favor of you guys. Should you by chance see Mr. President Obama, could you please send him this message for me? Please tell him that Kosal Khiev says, bring me home. Bring me home to my family. I deserve it. As every son deserves to be with their family, with his mom. Thank you. Thank you so much for giving me this honor and this privilege to stand here before you today. These are tears of joy, I hope you know. Tears of joy that in knowing that I still have an impact upon you out there, upon the United States of America, my home. This is my motherland. This is my motherland, my birth home. But the home I was raised in is where you are. I'd like to say this, congratulations. Congratulations to all the graduates. For many of you, you are the first of your family to have graduated college. This in itself is a feat, history in the making that would change the course of your family to come. So I thank you. And as you step into this new world bravely, step into it not without fear, but with compassion, love, kindness, and empathy. And know that your role in this world is essential. It will be an uphill battle, I tell you. An uphill battle! Battle that must be taken all the way to Capitol Hill. An uphill battle! And as we prepare ourselves for such a warfare, it will be an uphill battle, I tell you. Let us stand fast. Stand fast! Let us equip ourselves. Equip ourselves. Fortify our hearts, mind, body, spirit. With love. With love. Compassion, kindness, and empathy. Let us not tangle ourselves within the thorns of bitterness and hatred, but let each of our voices be raised aloud in unity and perseverance. And know that we shall overcome any obstacle placed before us. And our voices shall be heard. And we shall not be heard just here, no. Not just here, but the world all over. That we, as a human race, shall not be divided by the inequality of race, wealth, color, or creed, but united and bound by the same idea that we are one huge family living under the same starry sky with the same hopes, fears, and dreams. This I decree to my brothers and sisters. This I decree to my brothers and sisters. This I decree to all my brothers and sisters. Do not be shackled down by the chains of indifference. Do not be shackled down by the chains of indifference, but break free from the bonds man made to separate us. Break free. You and I. We are not geography. We are not geography. Born to live and die on that same dirt. But born to live and die with those we love. Those we love. And in between that life. In between that life and death. Life and death and death. To be free. To live a life worth living. So let freedom ring. Let freedom ring like Martin Luther King did when he first stood and spoke. He had a dream. He had a dream. I tell you, his dream is still unfolding, still struggling to take shape within each of our lives. As we continue to struggle with our own sense of identity, our own sense of purpose, place, and belonging. But struggle no more. Struggle no more. Take your place as rightful heirs to this world we call Earth and set to right the wrongs of humanity. Unite us, my fathers, mothers, brothers, sisters, nephews and nieces, uncles and aunts. Unite us and let us begin to rebuild this divided bridge of injustice. Unite us and let us come together as one global community and let those who will surely come after us, after we are dead and gone, after this body turns back into dust. Let us hear them say, there came a time. Let us hear them say that when we came to be. There was a time that we came to be together as one. No longer will we be divided. No more. There came a time when we came to be together as one. Let us hear them say that.